Am I the asshole for not shoveling my elderly neighbor's driveway while caring for my infant? I, 26 female, live with my husband, 28 male, and our baby, who is under 6 months old. We've lived in our house for almost a year, and overall, things have been great. We live next door to an elderly woman who I would guess is in her mid to late 80s. From the beginning, we've tried to be good neighbors. Over the summer, my husband regularly mowed the strip of grass between our properties whenever he mowed our lawn. We also bring her trash bin up to her house after pickup every week. At one point, my husband even offered to mow her entire lawn if her son wasn't able to come by one week. She declined and mentioned that she preferred having her son come over because she liked the visit. This past weekend, we got our first major snowfall since moving in. The temperatures were well below zero, and it was brutal. I ended up shoveling our driveway 3 separate times, each session taking close to an hour just to keep it passable. While my husband was working from home and watching the baby, I also went over and shoveled a path from my neighbor's front door to her trash bin so she could safely take it out. On Tuesday, both my husband and I had to return to the office. When I got home that evening, I noticed tire tracks that showed my neighbor had backed out of her driveway by driving through part of our yard and then out through our driveway. We honestly didn't mind. We live on a busy street that hadn't been plowed well, and I assumed she did it because it felt safer for her. On Wednesday, after I picked up my baby from daycare and got home from work, I saw my neighbor trying to back out of her driveway again, and she got stuck. I genuinely wanted to help, but I was alone with my baby and didn't feel comfortable leaving him inside the house by himself. There was also no safe way to bring him outside with me in the freezing temperatures. I called my husband, but he was over an hour away at work. After some back and forth, she eventually managed to get her car out on her own. The next day, Thursday, I was working from home and taking both trash cans down to the curb when my neighbor came outside. She immediately said, "If you would have come out and helped me, I wouldn't have spun my tires." I apologized and explained that I was home alone with my baby at the time and couldn't safely leave him. I said that if he had been napping or if another adult had been home, I would have tried to help. She huffed and replied, "You guys didn't even bother to do anything about my driveway." I apologized again and explained that my back was extremely tight after shoveling our own driveway multiple times, and that I didn't want to risk injuring myself by doing another full driveway. I also mentioned that I assumed her son might be stopping by to help her, since she had said before that she preferred him handling things like that. She huffed again and said, "He's too old to be shoveling like that," and then slammed her door shut. I went back to work feeling confused and guilty, and I spent the rest of the day wondering if I was being selfish. I know she's elderly, but I also have physical limits, a very young child, and no other help available in those moments. So, am I the asshole for not shoveling her driveway too?